The Will to Die. Written by Joe Pulizzi. Read for you by Tait. For Pam. Prologue. Everything seemed to be in place. The desk was to Abe's right. How many meetings had he taken behind that old mahogany desk? Must have been thousands. He could see the legs of his desk chair and scanned down to the wheels that clung to the plastic roller mat, which was in dire need of replacement. The cracks in the mat were visible. It now made sense to Abe why the desk chair didn't glide from side to side the way it once did. The lower half of the office door was open a crack, with the light from an exit sign protruding in from the outside. That seemed normal. It was late. He was the only living person at the funeral home at this hour. The lone sound was a passing car every 10 seconds or so driving on the main street, probably a few feet away from the adequately lit Pollitt Funeral Home sign. Abe could see the lower pane of the office window, and then looked down to the part of the drapes that came in contact with the ground. He was in shock of how filthy the bottoms of the drapes were. Abe then shifted his eyes to his left and noticed a congregation of dust bunnies underneath the coffee table. He realized he'd never once in 40 years looked under that table. He tried to sweep the dust particles away with his left hand, but nothing happened. That's odd. Then he tried to blow them away, but he couldn't turn his head to make it happen. It was then Abe realized that he was lying on the floor. How did he get here? He thought he knew, but couldn't remember. He tried to turn over and then push himself off the ground. Nothing happened. Abe moved his eyes downward. Just above his chest he could see the tops of his shoes. Next to his right foot was his favorite coffee cup, but it was missing its handle. He could not remember the last time he used another cup while at the funeral home. He noticed some liquid forming a small pool next to the broken cup. His coffee? He glanced left and then right. His arms were there, but he couldn't feel them. Abe recalled the many times his arms had fallen asleep during the middle of the night. It was a persistent problem for years, which became steadily worse after his wife died. There would be tingling and some pain, then full feeling would come back to his arms in minutes. This time, there was no tingling. His arms and feet were clearly attached, but they didn't belong to him. He felt something, like a current from inside his hands and arms and from his feet and legs, flowing toward his chest. Thumping now. The beating was so loud he tried to cover his ears. But he couldn't. Abe was blinking.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?